Today we are in Bahati. Bahati is in Nakuru, where we visited this client who've been having issues with production, issues to do with rashes, and when your trees have fruits, that is when you can tell whether that tree has a problem. The issues to do with the plant may not be there are those that normally affects the leaves. You can tell from the leaves, and there are those issues you can tell when the fruits have been produced. I'm in a serious shock. My heart is paining. He was given the wrong information on how to prune the trees. Actually, even the issues that they were trying to solve was not related with what they were doing, because they were told that those rashes, once you prune the tree, the rashes will go away. Like, I found him halfway. As you can see, this plant, it is terribly pruned. This is not the way to go about it. It is always important to engage professionals when you are handling things in your farm. Hello, my fellow investors. Charles Mwangi, CEO and founder of Mwachamu Green Growers Limited. I told you that whichever place you are, whether hidden, whether far, we will visit. Today we are in Bahati. Bahati is in Nakuru, where we visited this client who've been having issues with production, issues to do with rashes, and we decided to come all the way and at least try to train him on how to go about it, how to handle the trees. We've seen that there are so many things that needs to be done, and we want to take him through. He is invested in about 800 pieces in a whole acre of land, and I would say we are off season at the moment, but at least we have a few fruits. You can tell, and let me tell you, when your trees have fruits, that is when you can tell whether that tree has a problem, because your tree can be vegetative enough, very smart. But now when they start fruiting, that is when you realize that that tree has an issue, has a deficiency, or have an issue. So I would advise farmers, when you are visiting your farm, ensure that there are a few fruits we can identify, because the issues to do with the plant may not be there are those that normally affects the leaves. You can tell from the leaves, and there are those issues you can tell when the fruits have been produced. That is when you realize that the plant has a deficiency, or the plant has an issue. Maybe there is a certain pest that maybe normally doesn't attack the leaves, but it attacks the fruits. So ensure that when you have fruits in your farm, that is when you are asking us to come and visit your farm and give you remedies. Yes, simply because you'll not be in a position to notice them when your plant is vegetative and there is no sign the tree is showing. Just like the way you notice a cow has an issue when you take milk and you realize that milk is it's a tainted milk. That is when now you realize that what you fed your cattle, maybe it was a toxic or something. So same case applies to these plants. When they are producing, that is when you realize that the plant has an issue. So if you want us to visit your farm, ensure that you have at least a few fruits to tell or to show the way the plant is. Whether the issue has to do with the leaves, the issue has to do with the roots, the soil, and so on and so forth. So let's just walk around the farm. We see what the farmer is doing, how he's doing it. I can see the whole space is well caged with a net, with a bird net. So issues to do with the birds and everything, that's a history for him. He has done a very commendable job. I'm sure he has so much invested in this farm, this portion of land. So let's just move around the farm. Maybe you can learn something. We can learn one or two as we proceed. Thank you. I visited this client and I'm in a serious shock. My heart is paining because I visited this farmer and I've seen what he has been advised by, I don't know whoever advised the farmer, but he was given the wrong information on how to prune the trees. Actually, even the issues that they were trying to solve was not related with what they were doing, because they were told that those rushes, once you prune the tree, the rushes will go away, but that is not the way to go about it. So they did away with, like, I found him halfway the farm. Out of the 800 pieces he has planted, close to 400 they have been terrorized very seriously. So as you can see, this plant, it is terribly pruned. This is not the way to go about it, because now the next season, maybe the farmer had high expectation on what he will harvest next season, but now that one has been curtailed simply because of the wrong information that was given to this farmer. Few branches the plant now has, now we'll have to focus on healing these wounds, because the plant is stressed, like seriously stressed. This is not the way to go about it. Always engage someone who knows how to go about it, how to handle it before you do anything, because if you listen to every person who visits the farm and giving you different ideas and you implement them, you find that just along the way you are lost. You don't know now how to recover what you have lost. So always engage someone who knows how to go about it. Maybe this one will teach so many farmers a lesson, how to go about it, how to handle it. Always consider involving someone who knows how to go about it. So I want to show you the initial picture, or the bigger picture of how now this farm was before it was seriously terrorized, so that you see how should we go about it now that we have a bigger picture of how now this plant was initially. How do we handle it and how will be the final product? Okay, how will it be now after solving with the right remedies? So let's just go to the other end, because now this section of the farm has been seriously terrorized. Now we go to the other side, where I think that was tomorrow's plan, to proceed with the same remedies that he was given. We go to that end. Now we show him the right way, the right way to handle it and how to go about it. So just join me, and I wish this farmer knew, because these are millions of money that we've lost. Fruits are all over, branches are all over. I feel terrible, but let's just go on the other side and show the farmer how to go about it. So these are millions of money that we've lost. You can see all these fruits were attached to these branches, and now due to wrong information, that is where we have landed today. You see, because of misinformation. What a waste, Bana. Hey, that's a huge waste and a huge loss. to the farmer. I feel sorry for him, but now always engage professionals so that so now this section from this point, I think this is where they stopped, hoping maybe tomorrow they will continue, but this one has to stop. I've advised the farmer to ensure that that operation ceases from this point. So this is how the trees are, and we need to give the final or the right way to go up. And now let's join the farmer so that I try to give him the right remedies, the right information that he needs to have, and how to prune these trees in a proper way. So let me just join the farmer so that we know how to go about it. Well, if you are an apple farmer, of course you might have experienced what we have here. Today we have a very vegetative plant, healthy, but very few fruits we are getting out of this plant. Of course, you can actually count the few fruits that we have in this tree. And I want to give you the reason, because this is a problem that each and every farmer is having out there. You are feeding your plants very well, and you are manuring them, you are watering them every now and then, but instead of your trees now producing more fruits, they are becoming more and more vegetative, and that is not your objective. Your main aim is not getting leaves, And I'll also give you a disadvantage of having a bushy plant, a so squeezed plant, because now this one, all the branches are in one place, so there is no enough air, there is no enough light, and it becomes a host to so many pests. When maybe fruit flies, when they are trying to get a home or somewhere they can hide, and where they can breed themselves, this is a best place for them to hide. So today we want to do away with this kind of. Don't be enticed by your plants getting too bushy, the plant is so crowded. That one will do you a very huge harm. So today I visited Mr. Ashira's farm, and we want to give him remedies. This farm has been invested with so many trees. Actually, he has around 800 pieces in an acre. There's an acre. Yeah, there's an acre. And of course, right now, I would say we are off season. Right? We are off season. But the fruits we have here, of course, you might even say that we are on season. Where there is enough light, there are so many fruits. Anyway, away from that, this is one of the 800 pieces I mentioned. This one is not producing as we would expect, and also he is also having a challenge with these rashes. We want to do away with this so that the next season, the next harvest, he will be in a position to get better yields. So today we will do two things to this plant. We are going to do training, that is one. But before we do training, we are going to prune them, because we want to do away with the excessive branches, because the plant is well fed. So the issue to do with the vegetation now comes in when you feed your plant to the maximum. And I don't know if you know that. You should know that when the plant has no stress, sometimes it tends to do away with the fruits, and this is something that Mr. Ashira will see or will notice this. Once we give stress to this plant, it will tend to give flowers. Same case applies to citrus. Citrus mainly when the plant is so comfortable. Now instead of giving flowers and giving fruits, it tends to be vegetative. It gives lots and lots of leaves, and that is not your main objective. Your main objective is to have fruits, you know, get better yields, and that is the way to go. So from this point, I want us to do pruning, and I want to show Mr. Ashira specifically which branches we should do away with. Not every branch you should do away with at this moment. You see, a branch like this one will have to go for like a year or two to give you fruits. You see how young they are. So now you can imagine when you do away with a branch like this one. Let me just remove it like this one, and you leave like this one. Those are two different branches. This one is a mature one, this one is young. Okay, and if there are too many of these ones, you should do away with a few of these ones and leave just a small percentage, so that the next season you'll do away with the old ones and leave this one. And that is the cycle. Okay, that is how you should go about it. So today we are going to do away with these ones and leave a certain percentage. I'll show you how to go about it, so that next, now this one, before you put them aside, this one is for this season, for this year. This branch will give you fruits this year, unlike this one. This one will have to go all the way to next year and the years to come, but it's a disadvantage when there are too many of them. When there are too many of them attached to the plant, because now this one will not produce at its time because the plant is focusing on feeding these ones. Yes, so that's where the problem comes in. So today, as you can see, the branch is not very healthy because of these rashes, but we'll give you remedies for this. So that one, this one will produce, will give you flowers. I know we can bear me witness now that you have done this for the last 3 years. Each branch, each leaf like this one normally holds a bud, and a bud has quite a number of flowers. It can give you 5 flowers, it can give you 3 flowers, but now because you don't have pollinators, meaning it cannot give you it can't give you enough or the five fruits that were produced, the flowers that were produced initially, they are not going to give you the same number of fruits. Simply because maybe there are so many factors. Maybe there were no pollinators. Maybe we had an issue of watering, where of course in your case we wouldn't even mention about issues to do with watering, because that one is well taken care of. So this one, at least that one, I think it's understood which one should you prune and at what particular time. Okay, so we are going to leave for the young ones like these ones, we will leave a very small percentage for tomorrow, because you also need fruits in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, you know. So this one we are not going to, we are not going to like eliminate them, all of them, but we need a small percentage out of this tree. So without much ado, let's just focus on how to prune them, and we are not going to go all the way up. Let's focus on like how many meters? 1.5 meters. Yeah, so from this point all the way down, that is where we are going to focus on. So let me show you. So these the young ones, like these ones, these are the ones we are going to do away with. And there are so many farmers out there who don't know which branch should I do away with, you know, which branch am I supposed to eliminate. We are only going to leave a very small percent, and you will notice Now after pruning them, everywhere we cut a branch, they'll have to they will develop several other branches, other new shoots, other new potential shoots. Like at this particular point, they will develop other shoots with very great potential, and they are going to overwhelm you. So you must be very keen also to control the percentage. Okay, you are also not going to eliminate them, all of them, but at least a small, you can leave like 10% of whatever will be produced. I know there is a problem that so many farmers are having out there. You see now a new shoot like this one, these are the new shoots that will come out. Okay, they are going to develop from this particular point. Like from this point you can get like 10. You can do away with like 7 of them. You leave like 3, so that eventually, okay, this plant is at 3 years, yeah. So we don't have old branches. There will come a time when you will now do away with the old ones, so that you give this plant a chance to develop new shoots, because now the plant is old. But now in your case, because they are at 3 years, you can't remove old branches, because we of course don't have the old branches, yeah. So eventually you find that now that we have pruned, other new shoots will come out to renew. I would call it renewing that plant, because it was fully old and now there were no other shoots that were coming out. So doing away with old branches will give room for other new shoots to come out. Yeah. So let's just continue as we are learning. Whatever should come from the base should be strong. No. Even like that one you should do away with, so that we allow whatever is growing from above now to give better branches. Otherwise, when they are in excess, even production wise will go down. Yes, yeah, production wise you experience some challenges. You from this point. In fact, this one has to do away with. Also damaged branches like this one. This one is a damaged branch. Should just remove it, because now it's giving the whole plant stress. Yes. Now that one is enough, because now when you do away with lots of branches, you are also putting yourself away from production. Yeah. So at this point now, I don't want us to from now this point I want us to do bending like we have been doing to other farmers. We do bending to allow more light. Now because we have done pruning, now the next stage, there are farmers who don't know at what stage they should prune their trees. Yeah, because the other stages I wouldn't advise you to prune. I would just advise you to open those branches, because you would find that that plant needs more branches, and it needs more light. It depends with the stage your tree is. So at this point I want us to open these branches, and you'll note something. Now because this one is a bit open, it's a bit open, you have fruits, but now inside here
there's no fruits.
There are no fruits. So how do you go about it? Now that you have noticed that those branches that are outside are the ones with fruits, but the ones that are congested in one place, there are no fruits. Of course, I'm sure you are noticing there are no fruits inside here. So now that you have noted that, now how do you go about it? So this is where the issue of now bedding and trying to open these branches now comes in. Okay, so let's bed, so that in the next few months, maybe Mr. Ashira will call me and maybe commend the job that we are doing. Yeah. So what you will now need is these ropes. You will need them in large volume, so that is enough. That's enough. Just to do away with the so unaweza itafutia tu mahali hata kama ni kwa hii ishikwe na hii this hapo itashika tu hapo, funga. Yes. Sometimes farming it means a lot, because even this technical work that we are doing is needed. Going manually to your farm, pruning them manually, it is very important. Not just a matter of spraying and waiting for miracles to happen. Sometimes you have to go to the farm, do them manually, because farming mostly comes with a lot of challenges, but that's something that you can overcome when you know what needs to be done. And because now you're using a nylon rope, I don't know after how long this plant will attain that posture, but you'll need to remove them probably after 1 month. That is when now this plant will achieve that posture. Okay, so this is not something permanent that we are installing. Yeah, so eventually you will need to cut them from this point. You can maybe use a nice braid, because this branch is still growing, it's still thickening. So because we don't want to struggle the plant, because now the nylon one will never decay. Okay, yeah, so we will need to remove them. So at this point even where we are tying them from, yeah, we are tying them at yeah, that is enough. So like we always advise farmers, it is always important to engage professionals when you are handling things in your farm. So now, out of that wrong information that was given in this farm to this particular farmer, that is why you've witnessed whatever you've witnessed there. So if you need any advice that you want to have in your farm, or anything that needs to be done in your farm, please kindly engage someone who knows how to go about it, because we wouldn't be having these issues today. So just feel free to call us on +254 716 189 if whether you need seedlings, whether you need guidance, just engage in us. And adios. Thank you.